We're taking a trip to Costco. I was told that they have the new 180 LED motion solar light, very similar to the 150 LED, and I'm curious on what it looks like. So I'm taking a special trip just to go check it out, and if I like it, I'm gonna buy it. Here's the LED light that I said I was gonna visit and check out. And you know what's really interesting? The box is identical to the 150 LED. So I'm assuming this is 150. But if you look real carefully, closely, it actually says 180. Now that's terrible marketing. I blew this off because I thought it was 150, not the 180. It should be better marked and put in a different box. We're gonna buy it and check it out. Hey guys, Joe Tech here from Joe Tech Tips, and we're going to review another SunForce product. It's something new, and I'm very surprised about it, to be honest with you. I'm going to slide it over here. You tell me what you think it is. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Joe, you already did this review. And when I first looked at it, I said, you're right. But if you look really carefully, I mean, you have to look really carefully. I mean, this looks like exactly like the 150 LED light. I misunderstood it as well. So I bought this at Costco. This was $39.99 at Costco. Home run. I mean, this is, now there's a reason. 180 LED light. Now you would never have known it because the box looks exactly like the 150, which is a problem. So this is what I suggest they do. New 180 LED light. They need to advertise that. The box is identical. So you would never know. This was 180 LED just by looking at the box. So if they did that, I would have made something, you know, something that's a little bit more viewable. Oh my God, it's new. This is actually a picture right now that the stock hasn't moved since the last time I saw it. So anyway, let's get into the unboxing, because I'm looking. We're going to do something a little different this time because I want to know some details about the system. So go inside the box. Hardware, mounting hardware, screws and mollies, plastic mollies. Perfect. Instruction manual and template for the holes. I mean, it's relatively straightforward. There's really not much to it. Just like the 150. It looks exactly like the 150. Except it's 180. So we have the typical 2.5 watt solar panel with 15 feet of line, which is nice. And then the light. Ooh. I like brand spanking new stuff. Oh, check this out. I'm just gonna move this box out of the way. It's the same identical footprint as 150. The only difference is that the side LED lights have 60 LEDs in them instead of 35. Nice. They really, look at that. They actually slammed it in there. There's 60 LEDs in there. Holy mackerel. That's impressive. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so there's 60 LEDs here. That's just great. 60, 60, 60, 180. That's awesome. Just like the other SunForce products, You have the traditional 120 second, 60 second, 30 second in test, and then low, medium, high settings for the motion sensor. So this is the same through all the ones I've reviewed so far. So they, instead of being 35 and 35, by the way, the 150 LED light works great. So this is an additional 200 lumens versus the 1000 lumens of the 150 LED light. So this is going to be slightly brighter. And we're going to take a look on the inside. I'm assuming it's the same three 1200 milliamp batteries in here. I'm very impressed with their products. I really have to say. That's why I keep buying them. They're great. But what I'm going to do with this particular one is that I'm giving this one away. I'm giving this away to a lucky subscriber. I'm going to take a look on the inside of this. I'm very impressed with them. They really pay attention to detail. It's not some, you know, Chinese knockoff garbage light. I mean, this is some good stuff, man. Ooh, I like this. It's on the back of the panel. There's actually a little lip here where you can actually pop it up. Now, let's see what they have here. Ooh, they upgraded it. 1800 milliamp batteries. Now we're talking. You know why? Because they have more LEDs on here. So now instead of the 1200, which is default, 150 LED light, they upgraded them to 1800 milliamp batteries. That's nice. Wow. Actually, you know what? These may be a little bit more. These are heavy. These are nice. I'm impressed. This is nice. Sunforce. Another, you know what? I haven't even tested the light output on this yet. I'm giving this an instant awesome rating. Joe Tech Tips instant awesome rating. I'm impressed. Just with the batteries alone. That's great. Instead of giving you 1000 milliamp or 1200 milliamp, they did 8. I hope they do that with the 100, with all their lights. Every one of their lights, they should replace them with the 1800 milliamp battery. Wow. This is impressive. Okay, I have a little micro scale here. And this, let me zero this out, tar it. And this 1800 milliamp battery weighs 25.8 grams. Now that's impressive. I'm not sure, I didn't weigh the 1200, but 25 point, I mean, you know what, okay, so we have the 1800 milliamp battery from Sunforce. And then I just decided to take a Duracell rechargeable. And the Duracell rechargeable weight is 30.14. And this is a 2500 milliamp battery. And the 1800 milliamp battery is 25.81 grams. So I like that. There's no need to upgrade these batteries. I like them. That's impressive. That's why this deserves an instant awesome rating. Just for going above and beyond with the batteries. They didn't have to do that, believe it or not. Even though the batteries are, even though it's LED lights, they don't draw that much. But to increase it to 1800 milliamp, I'm happy with that. That's good. So you don't have to reinvest more money in changing the batteries. I would be satisfied with keeping these in here. But if you wanted to, you can. All right. As I said before, this particular light I'm giving away. Look at that. Remember, you can't shine the light into it, but this is impressive. This is really bright. I can't even stare at it. So, anyway, this light I'm giving away. It's gonna be on my forum. If you're interested, go to the product giveaways, and look for this. This will be on there. Never been used. I just did it for this review. But we're going to do something a little different. Now, this is a 2.5 watt panel. Supposedly. Don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, now we're going to test the solar panel and how much power it actually puts out. So I have a meter here, and we're going to test the voltage output of it. Now, let me remind you, is that there are 3 1.2 volt batteries in series. So you add them together. So it's 3.6 volts at 1.8 amps. Make sense? All right, so that's like 1800 milliamps equals 1.8 amp hours. So it'll actually do 1.8 amps per hour in theory. That's what the batteries are rated at. So that's pretty high current draw. The LED lights, I don't think even come anywhere near drawing that 1.8 amps. I'd be shocked if they did, to be honest with you, for an hour. I mean, they'll have to draw 1.8 amps for 1 hour to kill those batteries. That's what those numbers mean. So I'm just curious on how much voltage this actually does. So I have I'm gonna put a another video here, and we're going to show the output of this. Power this on. So on DC volts, I have a meter over here, and I have another camera. You can't see it; it's off site. But I have the leads here. I know it's not. See, I don't want you to think I'm doing anything funky. So I have the panel here, and the wires here, and I have I built a little nothing built. I have a wire here with the proper connection. I stick it in here like this, so I have 2 wires hanging off of here. So it makes it easier for me to put the negative lead on the wire and the positive lead on the wire and measure the voltage. Now, with no light on it, just sitting on the table and using the lights that I have, these box lights that are pointed at me, I'm getting 5.84 volts. All right, and there's no light on it. So that's an open circuit. Okay, there's no load on it whatsoever, just a meter. So it's just measuring an open circuit. So we have no idea what the current is because we're just checking out the voltage. But I'm going to throw on a very, 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 very bright light. That's going to probably bleed out the monitor. I mean the screen, of course, but hopefully it'll work. So try not to stare at it. So I'm going to stick this right on top of, or very close to, the solar panel, like this. So this is a 5500 Kelvin fluorescent light bulb that draws 45 watts but produces 125 watts of light. So let's see what the voltage output is now. It's 7.15 volts. So technically we only need 3.6. So 3.6 times 2 is 7 point and change. So it's almost double the voltage going into it, which is fine because remember this is an open circuit. So once there's a load on it, then it'll probably drop down to where it needs to be, probably around 4.5 volts, I suspect. But now we got to find out the current. So now, what I also have, I'm going to leave this light on here. What I also made, I have this fan. And I also have LED lights too. Where are they? There we go. This is the typical flashlight that you see that you use with three AAA batteries. And this is essentially the same thing as 3 AAA. So this LED operates on 3.6 volts. So it's perfect. So I could show you. So in theory, if I put this to ground, I'll point, whoops. If I point this will be ground, and then I'm going to connect the positive lead to the spring, and then the LED light comes on. You really can't see how bright it is because I got this 125 watt light bulb here, but the solar panel is generating enough power to make this flashlight, work, which is impressive, but not a lot of current. So we're going to determine the current now. So now I'm going to move on my meter. I have a current. I move it over to current. I move this over to DC amps. And this can go up to 10 amps, this particular meter. So I'll move this back over here. You hear that beeping? My battery backup needs a new battery. And when I get the Coleman product that can actually do reconditioning, we're going to test it out on that. So this would be great. So now, to measure current, you need to have the meter in series with the electrical current. Meaning, you have one battery, one goes to the positive, one goes to the negative, but now you have to break that up. So whichever lead you want to do, you put the meter in between that in series of the connection to the terminal. So if you're using positive side, you go meter, device, meter to the actual thing, and then it'll measure current. So we're going to do that right now. So all these wires, and you know what? For some reason, it'll probably end up getting tangled because that's just how it goes, right? So we're going to leave this. We're going to leave this light right here like this because this is perfect. I know it's blinding me. I'm getting a tan as we speak. So this one, I'm going to show you that the fan actually works before I actually turn it on. This is pretty impressive actually because it actually starts the fan with no problem whatsoever. So there's definitely enough current to push it. So we'll go to positive here and negative here. And voila. I'll shut it off. Fan is off. I'm very impressed actually. I couldn't believe it when I actually saw it power on. I was like, all right, now we're going to check out the current. I was, like I said before, I was quite impressed with the output, that it actually spun the fan with no problem whatsoever. So we're going to do that right now. So we're going to add the meters. So we're going to go the positive side here, wrap that around. Now remember, we're simulating sunlight, so this is a kind of a guesstimate of how much current the panel can do. I'm sure in direct sunlight this can probably do the full 2.5 watts that it claims it can do, because I'm sure that's what they do. They have pure sunlight. So now we have the positive lead on the positive side of the fan. Let's see if I can move this over here so you can actually see it spin, because I want you to see it spin. So positive, negative here, and then negative here. Fan kicks on and we have 0.1 amps. So it's 100 milliamps. So with this light on here, 125 watt light bulb, we're able to achieve 100 milliamp output. So we're nowhere near the 2.5 watts that it's supposed to be. But again, we're simulating. So this fan is I can actually feel the air. I mean, no problem whatsoever. I can actually hear it. I can feel it with no trouble whatsoever. But then again, it's working. It's definitely working, but it's not doing the 2.5 watts because we're not in the sun. so that's pretty impressive. So as I said before, I gave this a. Let me shut this off. This is just way too bright for me. Holy macaroni! All right, so as you can clearly see that the solar panel. I mean, this is this is high quality stuff. This is not junk at all. You know, remember in the other reviews that I've done, you unscrew these two screws and you can adjust this to any position you want, which is nice. This is a very, very good light, and I'm giving it away. So I don't want to make this video too long because it's probably way past it already. But if you like this video, please thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And we'll see you next time, the next review. Remember, I'm giving this one away. So be sure that you join the forums, get involved, so you can get one. And you need to tell me why you need it. Why, or even in this video. I mean, down below in the comments, tell me why you want this light. But you also got to be a member of the forums because that's how we're going to communicate. So Anyway, if you like this video, thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Take care.